Okay, so you can find the egg timer example program in chapter 2 HTML chapter ch0209 egg timer. That's the file that contains the program you can now see on here. So if I do a little trick I haven't seen before, I can right click on the page, then open view page source or use Control U. Here we go. So this is my egg timer program, and the things that are of interest are the button, which when I click it calls a function called do start timer. And what that does is it has one statement in it, this guy here, and that says set a timeout and call do end timer after 5 seconds. I've made it 5 seconds rather than 5 minutes because you don't want to sit here listening to me waffle for 5 minutes while the timer goes off. When that timer goes off, the do end timer function gets called and up comes the alert. So if I do this now, if I go in here and press start the timer, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up you come. Oh, look at that. I've rehearsed that. That works so well. Okay, so we know it works. It's all good. I can take a look at the actual program and it actually seems to go okay. If I press F12, the magical F12, I can take a look inside. There we go. And I can go to my console. Here it is. And I can type, well, what happens if I type do end timer? Boop, up comes the alert. That's calling the method, which we know will actually display the end thing. So I can call the end timer and it works. Now let's manually set a timeout. Set timeout. Can't type today. And I'll say do end timer, which it really wants me to do anyway. And then I'll say 3 times 1,000 because that way I'm going to get 3 seconds. I could just type 3,000, but where's the fun in that? Make it 1,000. There you go. And if I hit bang now, it comes up with 3, 2, wow, it is. So it's working. There's a number 3 has appeared here. Okay. What do you think that means? Well, it's interesting this. Let's see, watch what happens if I do this. If I press the button lots of times. 1, 2, 3. Pressed it 3 times. Wait 3 seconds. 3, 2, 5. Up comes 1. Up comes another. Up comes a third. So if you repeatedly call set timeout, you will get a whole bunch of set timeouts performed for you, one after another. And the idea is that if I run this again by hand now, it comes with the number 7. Where's that 7 come from? And there's my message. Well, every single timeout has a unique number, starting counting at 1 and going up. And the number of the timeout is returned when you create it. So this was timeout number 3. And this was timeout number 7. Now, I'm not using this, but in JavaScript, you can also clear a timeout and make it stop. So if you decide that you don't want to time an egg and your program has taken the trouble to remember this number, then what that means is you can then actually cancel the timer and stop it from ringing. We'll be doing this in a later part of the course when we actually make a resettable egg timer, which will be really interesting. But for now, we can ignore that value. We don't care. The timer runs till it completes and that's it. So as far as I'm concerned, it's done. But if you want to make things even more interesting, how about an egg timer with 3 buttons, one for normal, 5 minutes, one for soft boil, 4 minutes, and one for bullet, 10 minutes. So add 2 more buttons and 2 more JavaScript functions and away you go. And if you can't figure out how to do it, that's fine. Take a look at chapter 2, example 09, selectable egg timer, because mine's in there and mine works. Thank you.